Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, I have a piece of news for you all about Ripple slash XRP slash SEC slash Coinbase that might blow your mind. This is very juicy stuff, guys, and if you are enjoying these daily crypto updates, make sure you press that like button. Having said that, let's quickly take a look at the crypto market before we head over into this news, as things are quite interesting. Bitcoin and most of the cryptos are staying neutral except for Solana, and I would even say that XRP and SHEEP are most interesting here. XRP because actually not now anymore, but somewhere throughout the day, it had a little bit of a pump, and I saw it back in the volume, I saw it back in the activity, I saw it back in almost everything. I think it might have to do with this announcement that I'm talking about just now. And Solana came back down a little bit because it's been just parading like a freaking madman. And that's why I personally think the price also came back down a little bit, because it's just been parading too quickly, and every couple of, I guess, every so often after huge gains, you need to come back a little bit to retest. Otherwise, the gains are unsustainable. And I guess right now that is what we are witnessing with Solana, which is completely natural, completely normal. But that is if you're wondering. Now about Shiba Inu, again, I cannot really say whether or not you should buy or sell. All I'm telling you guys is that the Robinhood thing is not official just quite yet. So every point at which you're buying right now is, in my opinion, still quite okay. Then again, you should understand that people right now are in a FOMO type of phase, but it does confirm to me that the bull market is here, guys, and that these cryptos are going to rush crazier and crazier and crazier every single day from here on forward. Not every single day as in, today, tomorrow, the day afterwards, but I think the general rule here is things are going to go freaking nutty from here on forward. Having said that, let's dive right into the announcement. Brian Armstrong, and I'll put timestamps down below if you guys don't want to see every part of it. The Ripple case, this is, by the way, the CEO of Coinbase, seems to be going better than expected. Interesting. Meanwhile, the SEC is realizing that attacking crypto is politically unpopular because it harms the consumers. The irony is that the people they are supposedly protecting are the ones that are attacking them. So, from one perspective, I'm thinking, no shit, Sherlock. I kind of want to almost scold him for only now starting to realize that, and for even delisting XRP, even though this was, kind of to be expected from the start. Then again, I would rather give him praise and share kindness rather than, the nasty stuff, basically, and say two things. One, very nice for him to realize that this case is very stupid in essence. And second of all, very nice for him to realize that the case is looking better and better and better every single day for Ripple. I guess another third point that I think is kind of interesting is Craig DeWitt, who also works over at Ripple product, head of product, I believe. Wait till you hear our products are doing. Just kind of a fun little jab right there. Leonidas posted a very, I guess, good question there as well. So how about joining the fight by relisting XRP and going after the SEC for not providing guidance and clarity when you first listed XRP? Because guys, to kind of conclude it, the Coinbase exchange has a couple of really solid points right here. One thing they can use is, well, when we asked you whether or not we could or should list it, you didn't really give us any proper response, or at least you didn't say no. Otherwise, Coinbase probably wouldn't have listed it, or in other words, they probably wouldn't have listed it earlier had they gotten any proper clarity, basically. But at one point, I guess they said, yes, it's fine, or they didn't really say anything against it, which is why Coinbase did it. They can actually make a really good argument that even right now, because the SEC sued Ripple slash XRP, that the rules aren't actually clear, because Coinbase right now, for example, could not make up their mind as to what makes a coin good or bad, and so do not have the power from some perspective to say yes or no, which leaves them in kind of a loop of uncertainty, basically. Mind you that this is actually a really nice position from Coinbase's perspective, because they're a public company now. They have a lot more power. They have a lot more openness, which basically means there's a lot of people in the Coinbase foundation basically right now that have more insights than when you're a private company. What I mean by that is, usually if you're a private company, a lot of things are only known inside. But now that you're public, so much information has to be published, where from a certain perspective, it's a lot easier to build right now that you didn't get the proper clarity because it's a public company. And so many other agents who are looking to invest will agree with you, or will, you can basically see the reflection a lot quicker. But the point that I was earlier trying to state is that I think Coinbase is a really good case to be made right here. And even in a realistic case, I personally think they should have not delisted um, from the initial point. But now that they have it delisted, I think getting it back in, you can always win the case on the argument that you just did not know, because even the SEC right now claims to not know for certain. You will not see the SEC say that XRP right now is a security for sure, right? It's something they're alleging and trying to figure out, but it's actually not officially decided. It's not a security, on paper right now. It's just being alleged. And so what Coinbase and all these other guys are afraid of is that that eventually they'll be sued for making money off of a securities transaction, this, that. But I think there's always an argument to be made for we couldn't have known, because even the judge, even nobody in this case knew for a fact. And so many other exchanges were doing it because, again, there's no clarity as of this point. And even though that might be an annoying battle to face and it might hurt their stock price for a little bit, at the end of the day, it's a pivotal battle for crypto and for the future of cryptocurrencies. So I think Coinbase, as market leader, should actually step their game up a little bit and try it out. Then again, Binance US is the exact same situation. It's not as if they're completely in the clear for that. They're doing the exact same thing. A lot of US exchanges, if they just bundle together and all do it, the US can't ban or fine every single exchange. What could they fine them for? Because nobody knew whether or not something was wrong. If it was clear, no exchange would have this doubt. No exchange would thread these waters. But the fact that some do it and some don't shows you it's not clear. And then again, Brian Armstrong also quotes here, I think also for own benefit, of course, but then again, that the SEC case is quite popular and the SEC side is quite unpopular in comparison to quite a lot of other cases. Let's say, for example, the SEC was suing Facebook. I might even be on their side, right? Depending on what they're suing them for. But I could be on the SEC side because, well, screw those money-hungry, privacy, hunting guys, maybe, or projects. In this specific case, the SEC is literally going against the consumer, trying to hurt you, your grind, and your money, and your investments, basically. There's no empathy that you feel for the SEC. There's only, I guess, the negative side that you see towards them, because they're literally hurting your pockets. And sometimes when I think about that, I get so worked up, and I know I shouldn't. But the fact that they are going literally against investors to kind of mess them up, and the judge also saying, hey, the XRP investors, the 50,000 or so, are more so akin to Ripple, the party that you're attacking, than you, makes absolutely no sense. And I'm just so glad and so happy that Coinbase is finally doing 2 steps upwards to showcase some support for it, which they haven't done before. Because mind you guys, Coinbase got a thread from the SEC that were going to be sued also. And from that perspective, I thought actually at this point that they would start fully supporting Ripple. They didn't, though. And if you're wondering what the lawsuit was about, they basically came up with an idea for a lending platform on Coinbase to get like a 4% return on your USDC on Coinbase itself, which would have been huge, would have been amazing. Yet the SEC came in and said, we want to know every person who thought of this idea. We want to know every company that was interested. We want to know how you came up to this and blah, 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 blah. And Coinbase, of course, got scared and actually stopped the project. But it did bring up the point of, hey, the SEC is here not for the people. The SEC is here not for fairness and clarity. They're here to just bring up some lawsuits and make some big fat W's. Why? Only, I don't even know who can know why that's the way. But our bigger point was at the time, first of all, they should just thread this scary water by listing it right now, the lending product, and bring up the argument as to, a lot of other companies are allowed to lend. Why not we? We're not doing anything wrong. There's no wrong product right here, so it's BS. They should have just done that, if you ask me as well. But more importantly, point number 2 is they should have then started to support Ripple harshly by either relisting it or just showing support on the social media. Because the case, it kind of all comes down to the same thing, right? What Ripple is fighting for is for the sake of crypto. And to be honest with you, every single one of these lawsuits, every single one of these points eventually comes back to the exact same thing. It's just that things are not fair, things are not clear, and the SEC is not trying to make it that way. Now, will Ripple win? I personally think so. Will we make some crazy gains? I personally think so. But more importantly, what will the consequences be? I think a very interesting and very quick consequence is that from here on forward, a lot of cryptos can make the same defense that Ripple makes, but more importantly, we'll just know for sure what is and what isn't allowed in crypto as a whole. Same thing for exchanges. When exactly does something classify as one and what not? Is Ethereum right now, is Bitcoin right now safe? Why so and why not? All those things will be made clear very shortly here, or at least that is, I guess, what I'm excited about. So that's the kind of prospects for the future. All right, having said that, there's a couple of things that should get off my chest. And one of them being, I am buying XP like a madman. Yes, I am. It's just honest truth. I have a couple long positions open, and sometimes people judge me for it, but I do. And then a second thing is right now over on Bybit. I do not have the full text. Let me quickly check it out here. What I got is basically every new user who deposits on Bybit plus trade. I see here now, first 100 new users who deposit and trade will receive 10 bit. That's basically $25 because every bit is 2.5 bucks. This doesn't matter how much you trade. If you right now have not gotten a Bybit account yet, but you make one with the link down below, you get a 3.5% deposit bonus by using the link. So that means if you deposit $100,000, you get 3,500 bucks for free. But you also, for any person out there, can get 10 bit for free, which is 25 bucks. Go claim it right now. Go check it out. A link is down below. This is a special action for my link only, and I'll make the whole story down there. I'll show you guys exactly how it works. But check it out. A link is down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.